I'd be pretty happy, too, if that was like, my thing.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, welcome to Morning Crankers.
Yeah.
It's Monday.
Yeah, after draft weekend.
Oh,
yeah. My goodness.
Lots of surprises.
Oh, yeah.
Some not so surprising. Should we say that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, we've got a packed show today. We're going to do our national days like normal.
Yep.
We're going to talk about the draft. We're going to do a little roasting, if you know what I'm saying.
Oh, yeah.
Something weird happened in Colorado Springs. I want to talk about it.
Okay.
A judge got thrown in the slam-off from Wisconsin. A couple went to an art show and ruined some abstract artwork, if that can even be considered art. And then I'm going to talk about a restaurant in Havana, Cuba. Oh, how's that sound? What did you do this weekend?
I didn't have to work Saturday, which was a blessing.
Did you go on a date?
I did not.
You did not?
Yeah.
Okay, people are starting to wonder.
Well, they wonder no more. I'm just a workaholic.
They're asking questions. They're like, hey, is there a rule creeping around your house at midnight? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
No, it was kind of a weird weekend. It was super rainy Saturday.
Oh, yeah.
Sunday, it really wasn't rainy, but it was chilly.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? What was it, high? 66?
Something like that.
Yeah, something like that.
It was nice.
This kind of gives me some ZZ Top vibes. Does it you?
Yeah. A little blues.
Yeah, kind of bluesy rock. I kind of like it, especially for a Monday. You know what?
Oh, yeah.
Monday Mayhem. You remember those days?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That was when, what was it, Monday Night Raw?
I think it was. Or it was the other one. WCW, I believe.
Oh, it could be that, too. Yeah, back when they had real wrestlers.
Wrestling.
Did you see they had Seth Rollins?
I did. At the draft.
Yeah, at the draft.
I shared that on
for
my
the
message.
worst team in the NFL.
The Chicago Bears?
Yeah. So remember. And then did you see that Clay Matthews actually got a letter from Donald Trump to say up there in Green Bay?
Really?
Yeah. It said the Bears still suck. Yeah. So, I mean, we are broadcasting out of the wonderful Missouri area.
Well, most certainly.
What did you think of the draft? How did it go for the Chiefs? What do you think?
Oh, I think we had a great draft.
Okay. Now, did you take another good receiver? Because what I hear is one of your receivers got in trouble.
Yes. They're saying that our receiver got arrested again, but this time it looks like choking a family member possibly, or putting his hands around Mr. Worthy, our rookie from last year.
Well, I mean,
we'll see if Xavier
sometimes
did it or not, but
people got some weird families, and I'll tell you what, I mean, there's nothing more weird like if you don't like one of your family members and you're forced to go to their house.
Yeah.
You ever been there?
I haven't been in that situation, thank God.
Never?
Never.
Wow, I thought for sure you'd be in that. I mean, a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I haven't.
Well,
I haven't experienced that one.
How about this? Can you reel in the Chiefs' picks?
I sure can.
All right, let's
and
hear
I'm going to start out at the bottom and work my way up to round one. How's that, guys?
That works.
Brashard Smith was taken in the 7th round. He's out of SMU, a running back. I kind of like that pick. I'm not going to lie. Jeffrey Bassa, linebacker out of Oregon. I'm really thrilled about this one, too.
All right.
A couple of great late-round picks by the Chiefs there.
Yeah, those are pretty good picks.
But I think this might be the even best late-round pick coming up.
All right, let's hear
and
it.
It's Jalen Royals, wide receiver out of Utah State. They took him in the 4th round.
Yeah, my son wanted Jalen Royals very, very much. He was watching him play.
Yeah.
And part of it was because that's who Jordan Love used to throw to.
Right.
You see, so Jordan Love actually asked the Packers to bring Royals there because he was used to him.
Right.
But unfortunately, you guys beat us to it.
Right. And then we took Noah Williams, cornerback out of Cal, in the 3rd round.
Yeah, and he was projected to be a first-rounder.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying?
And another great pick. And 2nd-round pick, Ashton Gialotti. He's an edge rusher.
Oh, I thought it was ice cream.
Out of Louisville, Kentucky.
You mean Louisville?
Louisville College, yep.
Louisville or Louisville?
It's Louisville.
Okay.
It always has been to me.
Well, I know the land of poisonous nuts has done some things to your brain, and I just wanted to make sure that we were on
No
the same
brain
page.
scramble.
Okay.
Omar Norman Lott. Don't know if he's related to Ronnie. I'm just wondering.
Yeah, well, I mean, could be Norman.
Right.
Norman. I mean, Norman's like a '50s football player name.
Right. But
Norman.
But Omar.
Stormin' Norman.
That's Omar with the double R. You never see that either.
That's Omar.
Omar.
Yeah, Omar.
Norman Lott with 2 T's.
Oh, well, cool.
Which
Lot.
So, defensive tackle out of Tennessee. I think this was an awesome pick, by the way.
You could say La TT.
Yes. Latte. Josh Simmons. This was definitely a great first-round pick.
Simmons, I don't know if you guys could have done any better on that one.
Yeah, out of my Ohio State Buckeyes. I love it.
Well, here's the thing. I mean, he's he's an anchor.
He is.
You know what I'm saying?
He held up that line during the playoffs.
Now, here's the thing. It's not a sexy pick. Anytime you pick offensive line or defensive line, unless it's a great edge rusher, people are like,
right.
Why didn't you get a quarterback? Why didn't you get a receiver? Why didn't you get a running back?
You got to have people to block the blind side of the quarterback. I've been saying this for a long time. And
How about just a block to run?
Yeah, that too. Maybe he would like to, have a nice block so he could scramble in the pocket.
Well, not only that, I mean, how many tackles does Pacheco have to break to be able to break one?
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Not many.
How about put some road graders in there?
But there's been talks. I mean, it was talks that the Chiefs may try to trade him to get something else. I hope not, but I think it would be a huge mistake.
I'd be done with him.
I wouldn't be.
I'd be done with him. He has given his heart and soul.
Oh, he has. I mean, he's a straightforward runner. Don't get no better than him, man.
No, every
nose to the grind is what I call it.
Yes. Every yard, that guy is insanely just beating the ground.
If you need to pick up an inch or two on the ground, he's your man. If you need to pick up 5 yards, he's your man on the ground.
I wonder where you could go pick up 3 or 4 inches. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Now, the backers, they didn't well in their own right.
Right.
But they definitely pulled a Packer draft. Okay. John Williams, offensive guard from Cincinnati.
That's a good pick.
He's going to be steal the draft, I'm telling you. Nobody knows anything about him except us.
I do.
Yeah, well, you do.
I follow UC football. So.
Okay, so tell us how well John Williams acts like a road grader.
I think he's going to be good. And the UC's defense wasn't bad last year. And it was a lot because of that guy right there.
Okay.
He was kind of their anchor of their defense. So you guys
No, not John Williams, the defensive. I'm talking John Williams, the offensive guard.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, well, he's going to be good.
Yeah. How about
John Williams, the Star Wars orchestra?
Well, I mean, there's that too.
He was awesome.
Then we got Michael Robinson, a defensive back out of Tulane.
Right.
A very not well-known guy. Got him in the 7th round.
I don't know much about that guy.
I do. He's short.
Oh.
He's 5'10" and 7/8. You can always tell when people are under 5'11" because they always add in the 7/8.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Maybe he should wear some shoes like that one actor that wants to punch Trump in the face. You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, that Willie Smith guy?
No, what's his name?
Willie Smith?
No, not Willie Smith. He plays all the, like the Irishman.
Oh, okay.
The Goodfellas.
Oh, you're talking about De Niro.
Yeah, Robert De Niro.
You know what the guy wants to punch Trump in the face?
Yeah, I mean, he wears plank shoes.
I thought you were talking about the guy that punched Chris Rock in the face.
Oh, no. Well, he slapped him. I mean,
that wasn't a punch. That was a slap. Open hand slap.
That's what you do to somebody when they haven't earned a beating by you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
And then we took out Warren Brinson, defensive tackle, Georgia.
Yeah.
Considered the weaker of the defensive tackles for Georgia, but still great in his own right, a little bit different.
Right.
He's not a nose tackle. He's more of a, I'm going to rush your face.
Right.
Defensive tackle. Then we got Colin Oliver, linebacker out of Oklahoma State.
Yeah.
Don't know a lot about the kid, but I do know that he
I
fell.
think he's going to be good.
We got Baron Sorrell, edge from Texas.
Yeah.
One of those guys in college that has a physical tools but never put it together.
I think if he could take it to the next level, he could be your next big pick.
We got Savion Williams, wide receiver, TCU. I don't think he ever was targeted past 20 yards.
No.
He's a gadget player.
Yeah, I don't know about this pick. I think this might be the one where you could have done better.
Well, 6'3", 228.
Okay.
Hands of gold.
Okay.
And he's got the exact same athletic score as the gadget player from the 49ers.
Oh, okay. Mr. Kittle?
No, not Kittle, the wide receiver.
Oh.
Debo
Samuel.
He's got the exact same. Okay, but he's bigger.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? I kind of like the pick.
Right.
He's a gadget player, and, LaFleur likes doing crazy trick plays.
Oh, yeah. Well, so does Mr. Reed.
Yeah.
He's the master of that.
Well, he's master something. We got Anthony Belton, offensive tackle, North Carolina State. I think we reached a little bit. We took him about 20 picks too soon.
Right.
But there's something in that guy.
Yeah.
Okay, they had him for 2 visits.
Huh.
So, backers, they don't take just off of talent. They want character guys.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So, whatever. And then number 1, Matthew Golden.
Okay. Yeah, that's a good pick.
Well, super fast receiver.
Yes.
They say that he is exactly like Tyreek Hill.
He is. He pretty much is. I watched him play in college, like on TV. But
well,
a lot of their games.
Here's the thing. They say Matthew Golden is very good at route running.
Yeah.
Tyreek Hill was never a route runner.
Nope.
He was a speed demon. So maybe we can get a little bit something.
He just always tried to outrun the football.
Well, I think you're absolutely
Mahomes
right
just
about
lobbed
that.
it up there, actually threw a dime, and then he would just go get it.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. We're going to do our first roast today. Does that sound good to you?
Oh, it does.
I mean, kind of does to me.
I hope it's cooking right now.
Well, I'm gonna say my roast, then you say your roast. I'm roasting the NFL over Shedeur Sanders because I feel bad for the kid. You are roasting Shedeur Sanders, even though you kind of feel bad for him too.
I do.
You know what I'm saying? So, number 10. The NFL took longer picking Shedeur than your grandma picking a scratch-off ticket at a gas station.
All right.
So, and of course, Greg doesn't have his thing pulled up on his email.
Yeah, my phone has been acting up.
Yeah, he's got a Samsung that's about 8 years old.
No, it's
went through
it's about 3 years old. But
15 mud puddles. It's been on a couple dates that weren't very nice to it. But it is what it is.
Yeah, I know what you mean. But Shedeur, he's been flashing that Adamras Phuket.
That's a watch.
It's a watch. So much, I'm starting to think he thinks you can throw jewelry into the end zone.
Well, NFL, at this point, I thought Shedeur was going to get drafted by a fantasy football league before the NFL called.
Oh, bro drives a Rolls Royce, but sometimes throws like he's steering a Walmart shopping cart with a wobbly wheel. That's great.
The NFL scouting departments watched Shedeur's tape and said, let's see if he can do it again. Again, in a different dimension.
Shedeur talking about making NFL money. Buddy, you might want to worry about making starter money first. Oh, no.
Well, I look at it like the NFL treated Shedeur like leftovers in the back of the fridge. Looks good, smells good. Still somehow forgot about it until the 5th round.
Yeah. He loves checking his wrist so much. You think he was late for throwing interceptions, not touchdowns. This is so good, man.
NFL GMs, they were acting like Shedeur was selling timeshares, not throwing dimes.
Dion hyped him up like he was the next Brady. The NFL said, yeah, more like the next Brady Quinn. Ooh,
man.
That ooh part, I just put it in there.
Oh,
ooh,
man.
My gosh, folks. Ooh.
Yeah, that one.
That stung.
That was a train wreck. I'm sorry.
That's
that one.
Stinger.
Oh, my goodness. Sorry about that, folks. That one was good. Yeah. Well.
Oh, wow. At this point, Shedeur's...
No. I was acting like the NFL.
Oh, okay.
Some teams needed a quarterback so bad they started eyeing retired gym teachers before thinking about drafting Shedeur.
This is awesome.
It is what it is.
At this point, Shedeur's watch has more playoff experience than he does.
This poor kid. The Brady Quinn one still's getting me, okay?
Right.
It's crazy how the NFL said, we want leadership, toughness, accuracy. Then saw Shedeur and said, I guess we'll wait.
Oh, my goodness. His pocket awareness is like McDonald's ice cream machine. Fine for 2 minutes, then completely broke.
This poor kid.
Oh, I know how that one is.
Well, NFL. Teams were drafting punters, long snappers, and that one kid who delivers Uber Eats before calling Shedeur's name.
The poor guy wears more designer than a Paris runway model. He sure throws a lot of passes like he's aiming for the parking lot.
You want to know how bad the NFL ignored Shedeur? They ignored Shedeur like he was offering free samples at Costco.
Oh, boy. Shedeur's NIL deals are elite. Too bad NIL doesn't stand for Notable Interception Limiter.
Well,
oh, my goodness.
The NFL was so slow that Shedeur Sanders fell so far that Dion hopped on a plane mid-draft just to personally slap the, you know what, out of a few GMs.
Ooh.
Yeah, you know what? It probably happened.
It probably will.
You know, no, I think it did. It was during. Yeah.
If Shedeur flexed his wins as hard as he flexes that watch, Colorado might have actually finished above 500.
Oh
my God.
Man, that was...
That hurt the old NIL.
Well, it was a train wreck for Shedeur, okay? I like Shedeur.
Yeah.
Now, he's got a little bit of thing with him. Like
I'm not going to lie. I'm totally with Hans on all his comments, really. But these were funny, though, on my side, even though a lot of it may be true so far. But it was...
Here's the thing. I hate that, some people said, well, it was because his dad said he wouldn't let him play.
Right.
For some teams, and I really hope that wasn't the case.
I hope it's not either.
But, I looked at, was it Shook? Yeah. That quarterback, and I'm like, who in the hell just went before Shedeur?
I saw the video of Dion and his son, and they were happy when Cleveland selected him. I mean, if you're happy going to Cleveland, then why would Dion be angry? I don't see why he
Here's the thing. Whatever happened, according to Stephen A. Smith, cost him 30 million smackaroos.
He knows a lot. I'll tell you what, Stephen does. He knows a lot.
Well, you know what I'm saying?
He is.
$30 million.
He's better than Skippy, though.
Would you be angry?
No, I wouldn't be angry.
No. Well, I'd be angry that I fell that far. Remember, we came into this draft with them saying it's probably going to be Cam Ward.
Yeah.
But right behind Cam Ward is Shedeur.
Right.
And then Jackson Dart.
Yep.
And there was a big gap between them.
Right.
So literally when New York traded up, I thought for sure, because I sat there and watched it with my son, I was like, well, there goes Shedeur. They're taking him.
I'm
thought surprised he fell that far.
Him. Yeah.
And then they took Jackson Dart, which I kind of like Jackson Dart too, to be honest with you.
Yeah.
I think
I just think that some of these owners need to overlook the little arrogance of his attitude. I mean...
Well,
Dion, if you think about it, he's just Dion, maybe 2.0. Who knows? At the worst.
I don't know. It was
Dion
a crap show.
It was.
That's what I think of the NFL.
On that,
doing that,
the owners,
right? The owners, yeah. Because it was all on the owners.
They need to own up to that.
There were 3 teams that needed quarterbacks that told Mel Kiper, that they gave him a first-round grade.
Yeah. But it was all about his attitude is what the owners kept worrying about.
Well, according to what I'm hearing, the Steelers would have taken him, but because he was so cocky, they didn't want to deal with that. And maybe there is something to that. Yeah. They call it the Kaepernick effect.
Right. Maybe it's everybody that's putting him under a microscope because of Aaron Rodgers' situation in New York.
Well, it could be.
I think that's what the owners are looking at. Not everybody's going to think like that.
Well, I was going to bring something else up. That was the first Morning Crankers roast.
Yes.
Did you hear what happened in Colorado?
No.
Over 100 immigrants were arrested in a raid in an underground Colorado nightclub.
Oh, wow.
Where active duty military members worked, according to the feds.
Wow.
What do you think of that?
That's very interesting. Indeed.
Well, I mean, there was 200 people inside, and at least 114
Were arrested.
well, were illegal.
Detained. Yeah.
So, I mean, what do you got to say about that? I mean, it kind of changes the dynamic if there's 200 people at this underground club.
Yeah.
And you know what happens at clubs, right?
Oh, yeah.
It was a club.
Oh, yeah.
You know what I mean? So you know what they're doing, and it kind of sheds light a little bit differently on, I don't have no problem with anybody going to a club.
I don't either.
But it just kind of sheds a light differently on what they're doing because we're told in the news that they go and they work from 6 in the morning until 10 at night, and they come home and they fall asleep because they're so tired and they can barely afford food and they're wearing rags and everything else.
But yet they go to this underground club in Colorado.
I mean, you got to be somebody to be in the underground, right?
Right.
So I'm not saying, I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Okay. Did you hear what happened in Milwaukee?
I did hear about that. Yeah.
Judge Hannah Dugan. Okay. Well, why don't you tell everybody what happened?
She was arrested by the FBI.
Kash Patel.
Kash Patel.
Yeah, he's the one that put it out on social media.
Yeah.
And I'll tell you what, there is a bunch of people in Wisconsin that are madder than a wet hornet.
I believe it.
Do they have a right to be mad?
They can be mad. They have that right because they're a U.S. citizen. But if you take a look and gander at the real problem there, then it's the judge because the judge is in the wrong. I read the whole story. I mean, It's like the judge is telling the defense attorney and the defendant to come to the back and say, here, go out the back way. You can escape. Basically, she was harboring a fugitive.
Not only a fugitive, Eduardo Flores Ruiz beat the crap out of his wife 3 times.
Ooh.
Okay, domestic battery, 3 counts was what he was in there for.
Wow. I didn't read into all that. Yeah.
Yeah, so now keep in mind that this judge ran unopposed in 2022. So it expires in 2028, but she's been barred. She can't even go in there and practice law as a judge anymore, which, I'm kind of in favor of. It's not like this was, there's a conundrum for me. Like, if you tell an illegal to come to court for a hearing about him being here, and he shows up,
right,
that might be the kind of person that we need.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But if somebody's there for beating the crap out of his wife 3 times, and the judge says, hey, by the way, run out the back door, go have a Miller and, enjoy your whooping on her again.
Yeah.
It's like there's a serious problem there. What do you say, sir?
I definitely say so. Because it's illegal in my eyes. That's illegal because you're harboring a illegal. Not only that, you harbored a fugitive because he was a fugitive. He's a criminal. Look what he did to his wife.
Right, 3 times.
3 times. My goodness.
Okay, now I'm not going to say it, but I'm going to say it. I think the guy has a drinking problem.
Yeah.
Either that or he's really mean.
Yeah.
And either one of them, you know what? I don't want to see walking through the grocery store. I do not want to see these wives with bruises and black eyes, and they look. You know what I'm saying?
And I've seen women that had black eyes, and it makes you wonder.
See, I have no time for a little bitty man that would like to put his hands on a woman.
Pretty much.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah. Some people will say that that's chauvinistic and very. I don't really give to. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
I mean, I was brought up better than that.
How about yourself?
Yes. I was brought up way better than to hit a woman.
Yes. You don't do it. Period.
Just don't do it.
No. Even if they get crazy. And we all know women get crazy.
My dad used to say, if I ever find out you hit a woman, I'm going to find you and I'm going to hunt you down.
Bam, bam, bam. Smack, smack, smack. You know what happens with that?
Yep.
Yeah. You're in big trouble if dad says that to you.
I'm going to get knocked up and you know what out.
That's right. Anyway, so these couples, they get together. They want to go out. They're going to have fun. So, and they really haven't experienced like the art scene very much.
Right.
Okay. And abstract art, do you know what it is?
I do a little bit.
Yeah, it just kind of looks like anything. Like, you can throw pails of paint at art and then pick it up.
There's artists that just take buckets of paint and just throw it. and sometimes that's their painting.
Yeah, well, this was in Seoul, Korea, and it was an eye-catching painting in the street noise exhibit.
Huh.
Okay. And they were basically showing how they made this thing, and on the wall, there was one that they had made.
Right.
And it was $440,000.
Wow.
Okay, but they had this artsy thing set up. So this couple mistakenly saw the buckets of paint there and thought that it was an interactive exhibit.
Oh, no.
And went up and threw paint on this $440,000 abstract painting.
Yeah, that tarnished the price in it.
You know who we should have seen like an ad? This would have been perfect. You know that guy from, I think it's Progressive Insurance?
Yes.
You know, we'll be there when you need us, you know, and
Right.
it's like, or the Mayhem guy.
Yeah, you're talking about the Allstate guy.
The Allstate guy. Okay,
Yeah.
so you take the Mayhem guy and like have him trick these people into throwing paint on.
Mayhem.
You know what I'm saying? And then, you know, maybe smoking pants, whatever he's got.
Yeah.
Wouldn't that be an awesome commercial?
It would be.
You know?
The commercials are great.
Oh, yeah. But you know what? They'd never pay for a $440,000.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
I mean, you're looking at it right now. What do you think, Greg? What would you? I mean, it looks like paint got thrown on the wall.
It does. And I ain't going to lie. It looks like 5 Klan members in the painting.
Yeah, it's kind of weird.
It is.
I mean,
kinda
I
scary.
don't see that exactly.
I do.
I see
kinda
like
scary.
crushed up Fruit Loops that are thrown onto the wall like baby puke.
Yeah.
I'm
glad you see that. First off, when I saw it, I'm like, man, that's not very nice.
Yeah,
But,
I don't even see them. I guess the 2 orange ones right there. Is that what you're talking
That's what
about?
I'm talking about.
Okay, yeah. I mean, to me, that looks like an old Egyptian, you know, like
Either
fire
that
god
or
or
it's
something.
a kid going out as a ghost on Halloween.
Just imagine being able to make a living by making art that nobody knows what it is, so you get to sit back and look into it.
Pretty much.
You know, I mean, isn't that what it is?
Yeah.
And finally, if you remember Friday's show, I was trying to find that one story.
Oh,
about,
yeah.
You remember the gal?
Yep.
Well, a restaurant in Havana defies Cuba's tech struggles with digital menus and a robot waitress.
Oh.
What do you think of this?
Well, I guess I'll reel this one in.
Okay, well.
Oh, man. And the reel got slower, too. Oh, come on in, reel. Okay.
Oh, I like that.
Guys. All right. Well, anyway, I feel like that this is another way of taking away a human's ability to congregate and to talk to restaurateurs, which I enjoy. I enjoy a waitress that can come over and ask questions. Is there anything you need? Or I don't want a robot coming to my table.
Hang on a second.
We can't experience.
This is you.
We can't experience it.
Hey, Lydia, what's your number? That's you. That's why you want them there.
Right. Well,
no, you know, here's the thing.
But, you know, I mean, I like giving tips to the ladies.
I do too, and I like going to a restaurant and having that human connection.
Yeah, me too.
That smile when they come up. How can I help you?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I want that.
How is the computer going to smile back at me? Right?
Well, I don't think that it's going to, and it's getting very sterile.
It is.
And you're running out of places to find chicks.
Yeah.
You can't talk to them at work no more.
Yeah, you lose your job.
I mean, if you go into a Target or a Walmart and you say, hey, I just noticed you looking at this and I have the same thing, like try to make small talk.
Right.
They think you're a creeper.
Yeah, they'll throw you out of the store.
So, you know, if you run out of restaurants where you can go in and give big tips and then start talking to the lady.
Right.
And then try to get her number, where else are you going to go, Greg?
Right. Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? I feel bad for you, brother. I really do.
Well, I can give you a scenario that just happened to me a couple weeks ago.
All right, let's hear it.
Speaking of the creep word.
Creep word. Well, it's I mean, it can be scary for them.
It is. It is. Yeah, I'm opening a real bad door here, but it's the truth.
All right, let's hear it.
I was dropping my son off for his job at work, and he works at a restaurant.
A high-end restaurant.
Yeah, a high-end steak restaurant. I dropped him off, and one of the employees, she saw me outside waiting on him, you know, in the car.
Right.
And she said, she thought about calling the police on me, I guess, is what she was telling my son.
Wow.
Until my son told her, say, hey, that's my dad, man. He's waiting on me. He's picking me up for work.
See, that's what I'm saying. People just can't trust anymore because the world is filled with evil people and dumb
I guess
people.
they were having a meeting or something, and she said said to the crew, said, "Man, I don't know what that creep is outside the car."
You're a creep?
I'm the creep. I guess I'm Greg the creep now.
Wow. You remember that Salt and Pepper song?
Yeah.
Shoot, Donna, shoot. Okay,
Yeah.
we should make a song that says creep, Donna, creep. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Creeping outside the steakhouse. You know what it is. It
Yeah,
sucks,
right.
but hey, it is what it is. Go to morningcrackers.com.
Yes, go on over there. Check out our merch. Well, we're going to get merch.
Yeah, well,
We're
we'll
working
have
on
it. We love you guys.
We love
Thank you.